Breaking news. The RCMP Commissioner confirmed that the Prime Minister's hand-picked directors to the Green Slush Fund are under criminal investigation. So what we have now is the Liberals not only defying an order of this House to produce the documents and turn them over to the RCMP, Liberals are now obstructing justice by refusing to cooperate with the RCMP investigation. 9 Green Slush Fund appointees have been implicated in funneling $400 million to their own companies. Are Liberals obstructing justice so their cronies can avoid jail?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Wow.
House Leader.
Yes, thank you, Madam Speaker. And I am disappointed in the Conservative Party's approach, and I'm not alone. If you take a look in terms of what it is that the Auditor General of Canada is saying and the RCMP is saying in regards to the Conservative tactic, and people should really note this, they are extremely uncomfortable. You have caused a great deal of discomfort to those independent offices because of your behavior here on the floor of the House of Commons.
The Honourable Member to speak through the chair. I hope I haven't caused anything to anyone.
Wow.
Mr. Secretary.
Yeah, you can't address them directly.
Madam Speaker, I would suggest to you that the Conservative Party needs to be more sensitive and listen to what the RCMP.
The Honourable Member for South Shore St. Margaret.
There it is.
This House is listening to the RCMP when the RCMP Commissioner said yesterday that he's investigating the corruption at the Green Slush Fund. You know, they use as an excuse the Charter. The Charter does not exist to protect Liberals and prevent and create obstruction of justice opportunities. As Liberals cling to dear life to the secret documents, they obstruct justice. Hundreds of millions of dollars have already been funneled to Liberal cronies. What's the true number? Is it billions? Is it 2 billion? Will the Liberal who is obstructing justice and knows the true amount of the
Honourable Parliament.
Please stand up. Wow, this is the first I'm hearing about this.
Conservative Party playing games at a great expense to Canadians, solely focused on their party fortunes and anything else, as opposed to trying to do filibusters on the floor of the House of Commons. Why don't they listen? Listen to what the RCMP, listen to what the Auditor General is saying, Madam Speaker. And what they are saying is this Conservative tactic causes great concern, and it's justified as the Conservatives are trying to blur the whole issue of judicial independence. Shame on them.
The Honourable Member for Calgary Heritage.
So the RCMP Commissioner, for those that didn't catch that, has confirmed that they are investigating Justin Trudeau as per that Conservative MP. I'll say that one more time. For crying out loud. The RCMP Commissioner has confirmed that they are launching an investigation criminally into Justin Trudeau. So it is happening, folks. You just heard it right there. And the Liberal MP did not deny it. They're saying that it's unfair and unjust. And this brings me back to the talking point that I made at the start of this video. It's happening. Something you've never seen before. We've talked about how the RCMP should get involved, but the Conservatives found a legal loophole. Somebody went down into the basement of Parliament, into a locked door, or must have, and broke through it. Maybe the lock wasn't working. They got through all the cobwebs, right? And they found this book that said, that was behind a piece of glass that said, break in case of emergency. And they broke it, and they're reading the book, and it was like, hey, by the way, if there's really a lack of confidence in the running government, the party, and there's substantial evidence to show that they are breaking laws, criminal laws, then you can use this. And that's what the Conservatives are doing right now. The RCMP Commissioner has confirmed yesterday that they are investigating Justin Trudeau. So it is happening, folks. It's happening. And the only way that Trudeau can get out of it is if he releases the documents, right? He has to release the unredacted documents, which would incriminate him. Or I don't know what the other option is. None of us really know, because this is the first time it's ever happened. He releases the documents and he incriminates himself, or he lets time go on, and then, you know, maybe the RCMP Commissioner says, okay, we've investigated and there's nothing there, but we all know that's not going to happen. And so this is what happens when Liberals are not listening to Canadians. And the Conservatives have pulled off like the biggest Hail Mary that we've ever seen in Canadian history, and it's phenomenal. And before I hit play, let's drop some W's in the chat for Pierre, for the Conservative team for doing this, because there's a lot of confusion around this. But just know that some crazy stuff is happening for the first time ever in Canadian history, and it's very likely to land Justin Trudeau criminally charged, or other Liberal MPs criminally charged or held accountable to some degree with the law. It's phenomenal, right? They're playing this high IQ level chess.
Freedoms, not the charter of crime and corruption, as the Deputy House Leader seems to contend. 9 years of NDP Liberals. Taxes are up, costs are up, crime is up, and time is up. Guess what? Conflict of interest is up too.
Hey.
Green Slush Fund, the Auditor General reported 82% of transactions, nearly $400 million poured into the pockets of Liberal insiders. The House demanded the government hand these documents to the RCMP. The Prime Minister refuses. How many more millions of dollars, taxpayer dollars?
Well, parliamentary secretary.
Thank you.
Oh, he's screwed.
You know, I would note that the member made reference to the Charter of Rights. You know, yesterday I heard Conservative member say that parliamentarians should have the right to put people in jail, Madam Speaker. They have no credibility when it comes to the issue of the Charter of Rights and protecting judicial independence. They are literally laughable yesterday in terms of their performance on this issue. They should be ashamed of the way in which they throw to the side the independent office
Misinformation.
RCMP, and they walk on the
Honourable member for Calgary.
Okay. That right there is blatant mis and disinformation. The Conservatives, there is nobody from the Conservative Party that is suggesting that, hey, look, they are going to go and arrest and have criminally charged civilians. That is extremely misleading, very disingenuous. It's mis and disinformation at the highest level, probably with a hint of Russian propaganda in there. Throw at them what they've thrown at Conservatives, right? No, the Conservatives have given Liberals a chance. They've called 2 votes of non-confidence, and other parties have blocked it from happening. Justin Trudeau is not taking accountability for these slush funds, for all of the corruption, for which Randy is it, the millions, billions of dollars that has gone to wasteful spending towards pocketing himself and all of his friends and family. And now Carbon Tax Carney is, you know, in that spotlight. You stepped in at the wrong time, buddy. I really have to say. Not that I want to protect, you know, Carbon Tax Carney's reputation. I think that he's exactly where he should be with all of the corruption, and that's very unfortunate for him. But no, what that Liberal MP just said, they are not. The Conservatives, Pierre, is not going after civilians. He's not saying, hey, that person walking down the street, John Doe, right? Let's go after him. Nope, that's not at all what's happening. Pierre has given ample amount of time for the Liberals to take accountability for their actions, to come forward. They've done investigations. It always gets blocked. They've had committee hearings. It gets blocked and denied by NDP. They've had this sense of immunity. They've had this shelter of immunity and the halo around them, which compiles of the NDP and the Bloc. And this freaking Hail Mary that they found, I mean, I see the last super chat here on the live stream says, not a religious man, but thank the Lord for whatever Conservative went down to the basement and found the loophole that might have saved Canada. Absolutely. Like, that's exactly what they are doing right now. This is huge. And I really encourage everyone to, you know, subscribe to this channel, to the, you know, my MSB one, House of Canada, and turn post notifications on, because this is going to hit the fan in a way that we've never, ever seen before. There's no way around this. They can't just say, no, we're not doing it. The RCMP is now literally involved, the commissioner of the RCMP. There's too much eyes, there's too much attention, and this legal workaround that they've found is just like chef's kiss. Mwah, beautiful. It's phenomenal. So the Liberals are flinging mud, and they don't know what's about to hit them. They're perpetuating lies and mis and disinformation with probably a hint of Russian propaganda in there to try and add, you know, more social points, so social credits points, right? Whatever you want to call it, to them saying, oh, wow, look, Conservatives are big and bad. Liberals are big and bad. You guys have had so many opportunities, so many chances to come forward and call an election so we can move on. Stop holding Canadians hostage. And now the cops are involved. Uh-oh.
heritage.
Madam Speaker, the Charter protects people from government, not politicians
Bam.
from prison. I think that the Deputy House Leader would be well advised to think about how every parliamentarian is not above the law. Well,
Honestly, that's like the best bumper sticker or slogan I've heard. You know, the Charter rights protects people from government, not politicians from police or jail. Like, that is just freaking phenomenal, man. These guys are just on point. And it's unfortunate that on this Friday's episode here, that the House is empty, the government shut down, they can't do anything. All they can talk about is this. That's it. They can't talk about anything else. All they can talk about is very few and select things. And it sucks that it's not a full house, but people go all out and about and do their thing, right? A lot of them return home to their constituency and stuff like that. So it's nuts. This is crazy. This is underwhelming. This is the thing about politics that just gets swept under the rug, right? The important stuff like this, because people are like, you know, it's not really that interesting. There's only a few people. There's only a few people in the House. How important can it be? We're finding out it's extremely important. Extremely.